Love stories in video games aren't just side quests. They're journeys of growth, sacrifice, and occasionally kidnapping your crush in a clown copter. In the belated spirit of the romantic season, we're going to look at my top 5 gaming romances, as well as a bonus couple of the more unhinged ones I've come across. Let's start with a classic, The Thief and the Princess, a romance that defies destiny. While often overshadowed by Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy IX brings a love story that holds up throughout the decades. Zidane's skirt-chasing charm meets Garnet's quiet resilience, but their bond isn't about instant sparks, it's about tearing down walls. Garnet isn't a damsel waiting to be saved. She embraces her identity as Dagger, as more than just a royal figurehead. Their love isn't about being perfect. It's about growing up. It's a story of self-discovery and two people choosing each other for who they are, not what societal roles they play. Next up, we have the ultimate friends to lovers slow burn. A human commander and a Turian ex-cop bond over gunfights, existential dread, and tearing through the red tape.
I'm Garrus Vicarian, codename Archangel. All-round Turian bad boy and dispenser of justice in an unjust galaxy. Also, I kill Reapers on the side. And you are?
Commander Shepard, Alliance Navy.
The romance isn't fireworks, it's trust earned through watching one another's backs against the ultimate galactic threat. It's supporting each other, holding one another's heads up when they constantly feel like they're treading water, believing in each other even when Cerberus is the one cutting the checks.
Well, when things are looking grim, and I'm pretty sure they will, just remember, we're in this together. And if it ends with both of us dying in a giant explosion taking out a Reaper, remember I took the kill shot.
It's more than just blowing off steam with reach and flexibility. It's loving each other for who they are entirely. Their love isn't about grand gestures. It's about showing up even when the galaxy's on fire. And honestly, this is my favorite romance of them all. No romance has made me cry like Garrus and Shepard's. And I mean, if you know, you know.
So, tell me, think a girl would fall for that?
Next up is a love story written in water and moonlight. Titus, the fish out of water jock, and Yuna, the doomed summoner. Their romance is a ticking clock. Yuna's destined to die, and Titus, or Titus, however you want to pronounce that, is literally a dream. But their stolen moments, like that iconic late kiss, make their inevitable goodbye a masterclass in bittersweet storytelling. Love isn't always forever. Sometimes it's just enough. And now we keep the gut punches rolling. Ellie and Dina's romance is tender, tragic, and painfully real. It's a story of romance within survival and hope, but their farmhouse peace shatters when Ellie's thirst for revenge collides with Dina's hope for a future. It's love that survives, but doesn't always conquer trauma, and it highlights that love can't always fix what's broken. It isn't always enough, especially when Ellie can't let go of the past to make room for her future as a family with Dina. The final of the top 5 ends on a note of hope. A couple planning to divorce is trapped as dolls, forced to fix their marriage by cooperating and enduring couples therapy through a magic talking book. Their journey is chaos, but it's also a reminder. Love isn't magic, it's making time and showing up for one another. Sometimes it can be easy to lose what brought you together, to get lost within the petty arguments and the mundane cycle of work, sleep, and taking care of children. You can even lose sight of yourself in the mix. But what matters is choosing one another every day and shouldering the burdens together. This one hit close to home because I actually played it with my ex as we were going through a divorce, and holy shit, the parallels were insane. insane, and several segments felt like a gut punch. Thankfully, we didn't have kids in the mix. Which, speaking of, the kid is kind of the most off-putting part of this game. I forgot how much I really dislike her until I was rewatching this. It's the way she talks. It just doesn't really sound like a kid.
P.S. I have my pocket money to buy a bus ticket. Don't worry, I packed a sandwich and a lollipop.
But I digress. Cody and May discover therapy through platforming, and they rediscover their friendship beyond the tired animosity and ultimately rekindle their romance. And now for the chaos bonuses. Move over, Mario, because Bowser's obsession isn't healthy, but who needs therapy when you have a floating castle and a killer ballad?
This one is from my one and only true love, Princess Peach. Peach.
Peach might reject him every time, but let's be real, this dude's commitment is impressive. Toxic? Absolutely. Iconic? You bet your fire flowers it is. It's no secret that my username Tyrant Tortoise is a Bowser reference, and that I unironically ship Bowser and Peach despite everything. Bowser cares about Peach, although his approach is a little too Stockholm Syndrome-ish. His kidnappings have her comfort in mind, and he's always careful to make sure she's never hurt. I could do an entire deep dive into why he's her ultimate enemies to lovers match.
Love really makes a guy come out of his shell.
But we have an even more unhinged gaming romance to discuss next. Sonic the Hedgehog and Princess Elise from Sonic 2006. It's the romance that broke the internet. Is it bestiality, a fairy tale allegory, or just Sega's desperate attempt to make Sonic mature? Yes, but let's give them credit. Few romances have made fans scream, "What?" louder than this interdimensional dumpster fire. A hedgehog and a Final Fantasy reject bond over apocalyptic time loops. Sonic's stoic kindness reads less as romance and more as pet sitting. Their whole romance is strange, and the kiss scene lives in infamy. But let's be real. Sonic's real love is chili dogs. I'll admit wholeheartedly that I'm team Sally Acorn all the way. Why did Elise get this setup instead of her? I'll never understand, but if you're an Amy and Sonic shipper, maybe take a look at Sonic's Sad AM or the Sonic comics. The whole Amy thing feels just as forced as this weird human-hedgehog interaction. Love is blind, but thankfully, time travel erases all sins. Probably. Love in games isn't about perception, it's about connection.
We're in this till the end.
No matter what happens here, you know I love you. I always will.
Shepard, I love you too.
Whether you're saving the galaxy or just vibing in the apocalypse, drop your favorite couple below. And if you'd fight a Reaper for Garrus, smash that like button.